GTS 14 running shoes. They're pretty popular, right? But I bet we'll find some interesting things you might not know.
Yeah, they're definitely well known. Both of our sources today, by the way, point out that these are stability shoes. Really good if you overpronate when you run.
Okay, but for those who don't spend all their time thinking about running shoes, what exactly does overpronation mean?
Basically, it means that your foot rolls inward too much when you run. And these shoes are designed to, well, kind of correct that, help you run more comfortably and efficiently.
So how do they actually do that? Like, what's the magic inside these shoes?
Well, one source talks about this progressive diagonal roll bar thing. Sounds fancy. It's a support system with 3 different densities to help control how your foot moves.
Huh, interesting. The other source mentioned something called an adjustable saddle design. What do you think that's all about?
I'm guessing it's how the top part of the shoe, the upper, wraps around your midfoot. That's a pretty common way to get a snug and customizable fit.
Okay, so it's not just about keeping your foot from rolling inward, right? It's got to be comfortable too.
Absolutely. And both sources are really big on how these shoes balance cushioning with responsiveness. They mention things like biomogo foam and DNA cushioning.
And what exactly does that mean for someone actually wearing the shoes?
So the biomogo is going to give you that initial soft feeling. Then the DNA stuff adapts to how you run, giving you a bit of a spring in your step.
So it's plush, but not like sinking into a marshmallow.
Exactly. They've also got this extended caterpillar crash pad thing. It's this special feature along the whole bottom of the shoe to make your strides super smooth.
Ah, so they've thought about the whole heel-to-toe motion. Makes sense. And what about those little things like breathability? I mean, nobody wants sweaty feet.
Oh yeah, breathable mesh and moisture-wicking linings. That's going to make a big difference on those longer runs.
Yeah, those little details can make or break a run. It's great they've thought about all that.
Right. They've also got this HPR plus in the areas that wear down the fastest. Seems like they're really going for durability here.
Okay, so we've got the roll bar, the saddle design, all the cushioning, that crash pad thing, breathability, and even extra durability. Starting to get a good picture of these shoes.
And we're just getting started. We haven't even touched on the lacing system or some of the other design details.
All right, well, don't leave us hanging.
So you know how we were talking about all those cool features. Well, there's one more thing about these shoes that's really interesting.
Okay, lay it on me. What else we got?
The lacing system. It's not just your typical, holes and laces.
Oh, so how's it different?
They call it a ghillie lacing system.
Like a ghillie suit.
Haha. Not exactly, but kind of the same idea, It's supposed to give you a more secure and adaptable fit. Instead of eyelets, they use loops, so you can really customize how the laces fit your foot.
Oh, I see. So that helps with different foot shapes and all that.
Exactly. Especially if you have, say, a high arch or a wider foot. It helps get rid of those pressure points you sometimes get with regular laces.
Makes sense.
Wow.
What else did the sources mention? Any other cool details?
Well, they both talk about how much attention they paid to the overall design. Like, the upper part of the shoe is seamless.
No seams?
Yeah, so less chance of getting blisters or irritation.
Ah, that's smart. So like a second skin almost.
Right. And they put extra reinforcement in key areas, too, like the toe cap to protect your toes and the heel counter to keep your heel from slipping around.
Okay, so it's not just comfort, but also protecting your feet and making sure the shoe lasts longer.
Yep. And they even added reflective bits for safety when you're running in low light.
Wow, they really did think of everything, huh?
Seriously, it's those little things that make a big difference.
For sure. Well, I think we've pretty much covered all the features, haven't we? From the roll bar to the crash pad to the ghillie lacing.
I think so. It's been a pretty thorough look at what makes these shoes tick.
Speaking of ticking, what kind of runner do you think these shoes would be perfect for? Who should be rushing out to buy these?
Ooh, good question. That's something we should definitely talk about. But before we do, there's one more detail I think you'll find especially interesting.
Ooh, suspense.
Yeah?
What is it?
Well, you mentioned earlier that you like bright colors. Well, remember how you said you like your shoes to have some personality?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Basic black or white is just so boring.
I thought so too. And good news, it looks like these shoes come in tons of different colors and styles. Like, seriously, a ton.
So there are some brighter options.
Oh, yeah. Bold colors, more subtle ones, even some cool patterns. It seems like they have something for everyone.
Okay, so style points for sure. But back to who these shoes are actually for. All these features are great, but who will actually get the most out of them?
Right. Well, we talked about the stability features, right? That roll bar thing and the snug fit. Those are going to be great for people who overpronate.
Makes sense. Keeps your feet from going rogue when you run.
Exactly. But it's not only for overpronators, you know. Anyone who wants a bit more support and structure will like these. If your feet ever feel kind of wobbly in your shoes, or if you've had any ankle issues, these could be a good choice.
So even if you're not a super serious runner, you could still benefit from them.
Totally. And they're good if you're carrying a little extra weight because that support helps your joints. Plus, all that cushioning we talked about. Super comfy no matter how far or fast you're going.
It's like they're the Swiss Army knife of running shoes, a tool for every job.
Haha, I like that.
Okay, I think we've really explored these shoes inside and out. From the techie stuff to the way they look, I feel like we've covered it all. Hopefully this has given you a better idea of what these shoes are all about. Maybe you learned something new, or maybe we just confirmed what you already thought. Either way, now you've got even more info to help you find the perfect shoe for your next run. And until next time, happy running.